Alright, so for today's project with the unboxing of our Cricut, I've come up with this little pattern for a change purse and like a rewards card slot in there. So it's just a little 3" by 4" change purse with a zipper. And I'll probably use it for my rewards cards. So I'll just tuck those in there, and then I've got all my change and my rewards cards in one place. So let's get started. Okay, so I already have my fabric grip mat here, and I have my material, which is this cork fabric. This is from sallytomato.com. I will put a link to the website in the description box. This is really good quality cork. I have it on my mat here. And I have my pattern preloaded into Maker on my iPad. So I'm going to click Continue. Or Select. It's not really clicking when you're on the iPad. Okay, I'm going to set my material. And this is my first time using cork on here. So I'm going to go to All Materials. All Materials. Please and thank you. And I'm going to search cork fabric all. Why isn't that coming up? You know what? I'm going to go with duck cloth. I'm going to feed this here. Eventually I'll find out what works best for this. Again, new for me. Okay, and press go. And it looks like we are ready to unload. We're done. I'm going to unload. Okay, there we go. So, oh, look how nice that is. It did cut that again. That's not what I want. That's why it cut it twice. Okay, so I have to fix my pattern. But this is going to work for me, so for this project anyway. It's just slightly smaller than what it would have been because it cut twice, which I don't get. I'm going to have to work that out. But this should be what you have when you've done that part. So there will be a zipper in it, and this is where your card is going to go. So what we're going to do is this is going to get folded in half once the zipper is installed. It's going to get stitched right across the bottom, and this part is going to get folded up, and then we'll stitch down both sides. So let's go over to, well, let's go ahead and get our zipper where we want it. Now I'm going to use just a generic zipper. I'm not going to use my zipper by the yard. This is where you can infuse a little bit of fun or color into your project. I'm going to go, you know what, I'm just going to put a gray one in this one because it happened to be what was on top. Or you know what, screw it. Let's go with yellow. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over. Something that I will do really quickly, if I can find my lighter. Let me bring you a little bit closer. So I'm going to go around all of these raw edges and just burn it. Not a lot, just a little, just to get any of those threads that might be deciding that they want to poke out. All right, there we go. I'm going to grab my double-sided adhesive and I'm going to put it across the top on both sides, or across the top and the bottom, just along the edge. Now this is a 1/2 inch opening. Let's see, I want it to open on the left, so my zipper pull needs to be on this side. Wait, this is going to go down up. This is the left. So that is going to be centered right in there. So I'm going to go ahead and take the backing off of this side. That is not centered at all. That looks about centered. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to remove the backing on this side. Alright, so I'm going to go over and top stitch around that at 1/8 of an inch, and after I do that, then I can trim off the excess. Okay, so we're over at the machine, and I already have my zipper foot on my machine. So I'm going to start on what will be the back side. And I happen to have this gray thread in my machine already, so that is what I'm going to use. I'm going to make sure that I'm using the proper stitch length. I'm using about a 2.5 to a 3 to do this. Alright, so we're back over here at the counter, and this is what we have currently. So one of the first things I'm going to do is trim off that excess zipper. About 1/8 of an inch from where it's stitched. I'm not going to throw this away because I can grab some number 3 pulls and this is still a usable bit of zipper. So it goes in my drawer with my other zipper remnants. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is fold this in half. We want that zipper to be right on top, okay? And this should be about 3 inches. And this should be approximately 2. And that looks good right there. So I'm actually going to leave this like this on my table, let this flip up. Make sure this is still lined up on my mat here. And at that line on my mat, I'm going to put a piece of double-sided adhesive. I'm going to hold that down with my rotary cutter. Okay, we're back over at the machine. And I'm going to stitch right across the bottom. Now we don't have to go back over to the counter for the next part. I'm not going to be using the double-sided adhesive or anything like that. We can just finish this project up right here. Now if you want to use edge coat or something like that on your project, you're perfectly welcome to do that. I don't happen to have any. So I have those threads trimmed back. So what I'm going to do is fold this bottom part up right there against that piece that we just sewed down. And I'm going to put a clip here. And I'm going to put a clip on this side. Just making sure that the sides are still lined up. And now I'm going to sew down the side. Again with an 1/8 inch seam allowance. And I'm probably going to backstitch right there. So there we go. This is a finished little, oh, well, helps if I get the rest of the threads off, doesn't it? So there's our little change purse. Open it up, pop all your change in there. And then you can put like your rewards cards or anything like that in the little slot here. And I'm actually going to grab a couple of those. So I can just pop my little rewards cards in there, my change, rewards cards, or you can use this as your wallet if you don't want to carry a larger wallet. It's super slim. You could even tuck it in your pocket. So that is our little project, guys.